This is my prelim task. It's my front cover and my contents page. Looking back from when I did my prelim task, I feel I have come a long way. When I compare my prelim task to my Papa magazine, I notice a big difference. At first I didn't know how to use Photoshop and Quark, and this affected how good my prelim task was. My prelim task is very basic with no effects or anything used, whereas on my magazine I have used effects such as the smudging finger and cropping. At first I didn't know where these tools were. Also, when doing my prelim task I only used a normal digital camera. When doing my Papa magazine I learnt to use a digital SLR, so my magazine has a lot better quality pictures. I had also started looking at proper music magazines after my prelim task, so I had a better understanding of what things should look like. On my magazine, my pictures looked a lot better as I learnt what bands in magazines were supposed to look like and what locations stereotypical music magazines took their pictures. Also, I have learnt how to manage my time. This came in useful as I knew how much time I needed to spend on each section of my magazine, and I could manage my time wisely. I could see which parts of my magazine would take longer, such as the parts that would need specific detail. I spent more time on the front cover of my magazine, as this is the bit that needed most work. On my music magazine I also learned how to tilt text on Photoshop to make it fit better around the pictures. As I didn't know how to do this when I was doing my prelim task, the text was set out very basic. While I was using Quark to do my contents page and double page spread, I learned how to use things such as drop capitals to make my page look like it was from a real magazine. I also learned that I could do a design in Photoshop and insert it into Quark, as I found Quark didn't have many design features. This helped me a lot as I could make a Mastodon design on Photoshop and insert it into Quark. This helped me make my contents and double page spread look a lot better as I could play around with my designs. On my music magazine I also learned that I could change the contrast and brightness of my pictures. This helped my photographs look more professional as I could play around with them to make them look how I wanted. As some of my photos were taken outside in the evening, they are quite dark, so this helped me a lot. While using Photoshop, I also learned how to link layers together. While I was doing my prelim task, I didn't know about this tool, so I was moving things on accident that I didn't want to, which messed up the layout of my magazine. However, while making my music magazine, I learnt this tool and I was able to link text to colour boxes and two layers of text together, so it was a lot less fiddly when I was trying to move things around and I didn't move things I didn't want to. I also learned how to put frames around my pictures, and I used this tool on the photos on my contents page to make them really stand out against the other pictures. I think I have made a lot of improvements since I did my prelim task, and this is shown in my music magazine. I have learnt a lot of new skills in the process of making the magazine, and I have read and looked at a lot of real media products, which has helped develop my understanding of media text. It has also broadened my knowledge of how journalists write articles in magazines and how editors of magazines use different techniques to draw their readers in.